Thank
it working?
you.
All right. All right. So we have two payroll warrants for this meeting. The first one is dated March 22nd, 2024, and it covers the pay period from March 11th through March 17th. And that is in the amount of $26,570.37. And then we have a second payroll warrant dated March 29th. And that covers the pay period from March 18th through March 24th. And that's it, then the amount of $52,839.94. And that includes the retirement payments to the state and a substantial amount of overtime due to the snowstorm that we had during that pay period. And I would make a motion that we approve these warrants as presented.
Second.
Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Jack has the miscellaneous warrants.
Yeah. A pile of them here. First is the federal ARPA fund warrant dated April 1, 2024. To WB Mason for $846.60 and Main Street Graphics, $3,465. Main Street Graphics, again, $33,34.49 for a total of $76,46.08. Number two, Fire Department Reserve, April 1, $78,946. Also, Infrastructure Development Warrant, $2,067.75. Same date, April 1. Baby's heavy. Stormwater utility warrant, EIV invoice for $7,095.24. Another EIV invoice for $41,3860. And the last one is Vermont A&R for $2,400, and the total for that is $13,633.84. I would make a motion, we approve all these warrants.
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Just to give a little, I don't know if you saw it in there, but the 78,000 for the fire department reserve was, we got new rescue tools. I think the last batch we had, or the last set of rescue tools we had was in 2008. So we just got updated new tools.
We were told by that anyway, like 3-4 meetings ago. I think.
Yeah, I just wanted to, mind, yeah.
Yep, perfect, thank you.
For the 8th, but hopefully we don't need them.
Okay, Brian has the general fund warrants.
General fund warrant. General fund warrant, one of the lower ones that I've seen in a while. So the total warrant is $36,794.30. One larger item, it's about a third of it, and it's Alliance Trucks, which I just had here. Looks like work on 1 or 2 trucks, Sean, is that what that is?
Yes.
Looks like so. All these are in good order. And I would find the cover one again here, make a motion that we accept that warrant as presented in the amount of $36,794.30.
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So next up, in your packet, you have the meeting minutes of March 18, 2024. Would anybody like to make a motion to approve those warrants?
So moved.
Do you want a second?
Second, I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, next up, public comment. Anybody in the audience like to come up for public comment? Anybody on Zoom?
Looks like there's a hand up on Zach Borst.
No, that's just the
No?
mouse.
It's
It's the mouse.
Just the mouse.
Okay,
Still looks like a hand up.
It does, it is.
Yep.
okay. No public comment.
We
Moving
have a
forward.
cover too.
Hold on, I'm timed out here. Okay. So next up in your packet, you have the annual board and committee appointments. Okay. So scroll down now. So you guys read through these, so I'll just go down through them. I'll make them, well, I'll just read them off and somebody can make a motion and we'll approve one at a time.
Yep.
So for the Development Review Board, one position for 3 years and Allison Hickey requests an appointment. Anybody want to make a motion for that?
So moved.
Yep, second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
And so there's no DRB alternates. Planning Commission, there's 3 positions for 3 years expiring in 2027. Would anybody like to make a motion to appoint Sarah Had, Hannah Rounds, and Al Vogel for that 3-year position expiring in 2027?
So moved.
Yep, second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next up, we have the Northwest Regional Planning Commission. 2 members, Megan Sherlin and Marietta Schulten. That position ends in 2025. Anybody want to make a motion to appoint those positions?
So moved.
Second.
Jeff got it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Northwest Regional Planning Clearwater Advisory Committee, 1 position for 1 year. And oh, that's position, never mind, cancel that, that's open, I read that wrong. Transportation Advisory Council is 1 position and 1 alternate for 1 year. Does Dave care who's the alternate and who's the
I,
He's usually the appointed, and if he can't go to a meeting, John goes.
okay,
yeah,
so Dave Allerton for the Transportation Advisory Council for 1 year ending in 2025, and John Montang for the alternate position ending in 2025.
Yep, so moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Northwest Communications Union District. That's 1 position, Robert Warner, request reappointment. Anybody want to make a
So
motion?
moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Northwest Vermont Solid Waste Management District, Al Vogel requests appointment ending in 2025. Anybody want to make a
So-
motion to appoint? Second,
You like Al?
all in favor?
Aye.
Oh, yeah.
Northwest Vermont Rail Trail Council, that's a 1-year position ending in 2025. Robert Bassett requests appointment. Anybody want to make a motion to appoint?
Motion.
Yeah.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Anybody want to appoint Jack Brigham for the tree warden for the position ended in 2025?
I'll make the motion. Excellent tree warden.
Thank you.
Brian, want to second that?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I'll vote
I
on
can't-
that one.
When's the last time you did anything for that, Jack?
what do you have?
Just curious.
Well, I do a lot on my own farm, I cut a lot of stuff, I haven't really been called in
Okay.
for a long time.
Is it someone, but would someone call if there's like a tree that's dangerous or dying? Is
I
that?
don't-
Okay. Jack's spell
I
Jack.
used to be the fence viewer too, but there's no fences around here anymore.
Perfect.
I'm
All right.
done.
Okay. These, so it looks like we only have 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so Historic Preservation Committee, there's gonna be 3 positions for 1 year ending in 2025. And the people that want to get appointed are Donna Delorier, Brendan Deso, and Liz Reardon. Anybody want to make a motion to appoint these 3 to a term ending in 2025?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Okay.
Liz,
All in,
yeah,
And
all in
Donna's here
favor?
as well. Yep.
All right.
Aye.
Okay,
Call for it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah, sorry. Parks and Recreation Committee, there's, let's see, just 2 people want to get appointed. That's Kevin Lawler and Michael Forrester, for a term ending in 2025. Anybody want to make a motion to appoint those two?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and Memorial Wall Committee, no response from the current person holding that position. Okay, so those are done.
So it looks like, Jonathan, I'm just following through, right? We got one Northwest Regional Planning Clearwater Advisory person, one Historic Preservation spot, and then two Parks and Rec. I just wonder, is that, I know sometimes we're able to put that on the website, maybe other places. I'm happy,
Yeah.
if there's something that, the short description, I'm happy to post it, Front Porch Forum or whatever.
Yeah, we can do that.
The clear water position, that advisory committee, that's a lot of money goes through there. All the clean water funds go through that committee for Franklin County. That's not a,
It's not like a,
that's a multi-million dollar.
What did they, what types of stuff are they doing? Jeff?
All the Clean Water Act implementation funds now go through that. So
Is it-
so
all
everything from
all federal?
Huh?
Is it all federal money?
State?
State? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some
Often
federal
federal
money
to state.
blended in, but
Yeah,
it's a
okay.
state
Well,
appointed thing and so all the stormwater projects through the Lake Champlain Basin for this area, there's gotta be, I don't know the number, but 100 to 200 projects around
there's tens of millions.
and all that money goes through that, but that's not it's kind of an important thing.
Absolutely. Yes.
I was gonna say, if Dave wants it, we could make the motion. Well, I can't make the motion. I would
So,
recommend Dave, but
When do they meet all the time?
I don't know.
I think they
Have
meet
you ever-
quarterly, but I could
Have
be
you ever
wrong.
been to it, Al?
Pardon?
Have you ever been to it?
Yeah, I used to belong to it several years ago. At that point, they met every month. But I think because of change of leadership and governors, it changed. But I have no idea now what it is. And we didn't have the
Dave.
authority to spend that type of money.
And I think what they changed in the last 5 years or 4 years is they've shifted the funding mechanism to them to kind of make the regional planning commissions more important.
Important, right.
So I mean, a lot of money goes through there.
So they're like one member from each town? or-
Yes.
It would
And
behoove
one
us to
member,
have
it used to
some.
be one member and an alternate and an alternate.
Do not, there's time commitments for me here,
Yeah.
crazy, but somebody should be on that
Did
committee.
you say Dave?
Yeah. I mean, I'll do it if Dave doesn't want.
You will? Okay, I know.
I will.
John.
I second it.
I'd Get myself into, okay. No, it is. I mean, I agree with Jeff. I asked Dave, yeah, but I'll do that. Please.
Well, we got a motion on the floor in a second.
Yeah, we want to make Dave the alternate too. Yeah.
Dave is the alternate?
Yeah.
Amend your motion?
Oh, yeah, with David, yeah.
I'll second that.
Okay.
Okay, we got a new motion on the floor.
Somebody say something?
I think it was Liz, yeah.
It was my
So-
dog, sorry.
The motion on the floor was to appoint Sean
Yeah.
Sean Atkins to the Northwest Regional Planning Clearwater Advisory Committee and have Dave Allerton as the alternate. And that position ends in 2025. We have a motion and a second. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay.
If we do the same with the other two, though, if there's just, I'm happy to post something or.
Yeah.
If we post it out for historic preservation, Parks and Rec, be great.
I can do that. I can put it on the town website and I can also put it on our Facebook page.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Jim. Okay, Liquor Control Board. Does anybody want to make a motion to recess the select board meeting and convene as the Liquor Control Board?
So moved.
Second.
Perfect. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're now the Liquor Control Board. Let me scroll down here. Actually, it's right here in front of me. Okay, I'm gonna read off the list and I think we'll just make one motion. Good enough? Yeah, the amended April 1st, 2024. Yeah. So I take it there's no issues with all these, because you would have told us already. Okay, perfect. So I'll just start reading them off and we'll make a motion. Elks Lodge, St. Albans, Elk St. Albans Lodge, Elk St. Albans Lodge for a first class, third class, and outside consumption. St. Albans Diner for a first class license. Mill River Brewing Tap House, for outside consumption. Mill River Brewing Tap House for first class. Mill River Brewing LLC for outside consumption. Mill River Brewing LLC first class. Mill River Brewing LLC third class license, the Bay Store for a second class license, and the American Legion for a first class license, third class license, and an outside consumption. Anybody want to make a motion to approve those liquor license renewals?
I'll make that motion.
Okay,
Second.
we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion passed.
Make a motion to close our meeting as the Liquor Control Board and resume as the Select Board.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so in your packet, you have the local emergency plan. Sure, everybody read through it. A lot of nice information in there. Don't bore yourself to death.
I read it. I read it a couple of times. Sure I didn't-
Anybody have any changes or edits? I think.
I had,
it's been-
I had just a couple,
Yeah.
real simple, the first two, page 15, it names two people as chair and two people as vice chair. If you could just remove chair and vice chair on the two select board members. And on page 16, for state's attorney, it has Jim Hughes. And I believe that is now Bram Kranichfeld, I believe is the way you pronounce that.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
gonna go through it.
Those are the only
Yeah.
items I saw. A lot of them they look right, but I'm not 100%
Yeah,
sure.
We
on
gotta
the
change
accuracy.
anything. I can't technically sign the first signature line, first page, obviously the second one. But, because Matt has had the ICS 402 training. So that's the only prerequisite to sign that particular line. Change it.
So does that mean you sign it or you're not signing?
Yeah, I signed the line below it.
Okay,
Matt
so
can
Matt
sign it.
signs the other line.
Yeah,
So we just gotta approve you to sign. We don't have to have Matt.
Correct, yeah.
Okay. So does anybody want to make a motion to approve the local emergency plan and authorize the town manager to sign on the town's behalf?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, now we're on to the town manager's report. Project updates. Yeehaw.
there's a lot of projects, yeah. So I suppose, I guess I'll ask you guys, what order you'd like to go in? You can kind of either end on the former DPW site, or I could start there. That's the only thing that has visuals, basically. Would you rather me just go through everything and end on that?
Whatever.
Sure, I go for that. Okay. Stormwater for both Tanglewood and Clyde Allen. We just need one more easement, which we're working on for both. One more from Tanglewood, two more from Clyde Allen. And the design is almost finished for Clyde Allen. So we hope to have those out to bid in hopefully in the next month. That's what we're aiming for. McQuam Shore Stormwater, they had the meeting last week. Everything I could read about it and talked about was that it went well. There's a lot of good comments and questions, like Dave said, about, from folks. And they really got to explain kind of where the $50 is going. And they said that the public really kind of appreciated that. Because it was just a generic thing, or it's a new thing, at least for the town. And it was really helpful for folks to see that. The two big things I get excited about. We got the grant for the Sash East-West Basin to do the engineering for that stormwater project. And we also got it for the French Hill Culvert, which is the big one.
Good.
So that's, we didn't get it last year, we got it this year, so that's huge.
And
Yeah.
then how much is that?
That'll be, for that project, will be about 300,000.
For the culvert.
Mhm.
What about the other one?
The Sash one, I think, is 60,000.
That's just-
Yeah, 60,000.
Just a study.
Yeah,
that we've
it's a
been
study.
talking about.
And it basically gets us ready. It's on for the timeline of V-Trans. maybe they have us on for 2026 for that project. So instead of waiting until then and then having them, do the study, which add a year or two, we'll be ahead of the game. And they know that we're doing this too. So basically we'll have it ready to go. With that, they're ready to do it. So it's
So in 2026, they could actually construct. you think?
correct. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, because I mean, knock on wood, it won't take that long to do the scoping study and map it out. So, yeah, I think they appreciate it. So, yeah, it's exciting. Exit 19, V-Trans, well, basically the exit project. This year, they'll be putting in a right turn only lane for the exit ramp. And then the next couple of years, it's looking like there'll be a roundabout. So we just had our last meeting last week. Throw a lot of figures and then, basically they'll be doing a public meeting. Looks like it's gonna be on May 15th. We don't know the location yet. We're not gonna do it here because it's really a regional thing. We're gonna aim for either Collins, Pearly, BFA or SATEC. So we're working with the state and the city to kind of figure out which place fits. And so we're expecting it to be a pretty big meeting. So.
You think it'll be in the evening, I assume?
Yes, it will. Yep. Bay Park will be should have the RFP out in the next week or two for architectural services. That'll be both for the park, but also Stonehouse. The future of that. We're working with, just recently with the Little League or softball league about potentially putting in scoreboards, foul poles, and just kind of making sure that the fields are okay. So they can kind of look into bringing more tournaments here. Without scoreboard, it's pretty tough to.
Does that have to go through historic? Does that?
Depends on where it goes. So,
Okay.
yeah, so there's
Some weird thing.
yeah, I think it's archaeologically sensitive area is what is, and there's only a few little spots, well, not little spots, but the field will be okay.
Everyone's aware.
For that, yep. Oh, yeah, for sure. So that's pretty exciting. DPW garage generator, which is a very fun public thing to talk about, but we did get the bid. We don't have a permanent generator for the DPW. So of all buildings that need it,
Right.
we're finally getting it. So that's hopefully we'll have that.
We still got the
installed
one we
by-
tow around, though, right?
I'm sorry.
We still got the one we tow around,
Mhm.
like for the
Yeah,
north.
and we're looking into getting quotes on second portable one. So we don't have one for here either. But if the water pumps, I just kind of want to if the water pumps both go out, which I think has only happened once, as far as I know. You kind of have to do a little juggling act and drive back and forth to make that okay. Again, I've been told it's only happened once, but in order to avoid that.
Never know.
What's that?
You never know.
Never know, indeed, yeah. And also potentially looking into having a permanent one in at the industrial park. And, we'll talk to the companies out there to see if they,
Want to chip in.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep.
Go ahead, Al's got a question.
Not a question, a comment. I think it is worthwhile to put a permanent generator for this building and for the DPW. We get pulling around because
Well,
you
yeah,
got to get a space, a
Right.
gap of space.
But we have one we pull around.
But we don't need it here, or do we need it at DPW? We should have one that-
No, but we usually take it like out to the north end sewer.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't have
Right.
any problem with that. It's this building with your water problems, it should click on as quickly as
Right.
possible.
Yeah, the DPW one will be permanent.
And we need one here.
Yeah, I think that's where the pad was built,
Okay.
which our RO system's on now, as far as I understand, so. That was before my time, but yeah,
So we can't
so we're
blame
looking
you for
into,
that.
we're looking into that, yeah, how to mitigate that.
You're off the hook for that.
What's that?
You're off the hook for that.
Well, I feel snug by that hook, so. Down to paving, looks like we're gonna do Kellogg Road, Eastview, Westview. Depending on if we get the class 2 grant for Kellogg, will affect how much we pay for, on French Hill. Says we don't wanna pay French Hill and do the culvert, so we might just have to figure out,
Okay.
between, and Dave will talk about this more. He's gonna come in and do a thorough report and then probably next month. But we have to essentially dig up all the French Hill from the base.
Right, we did a piece of that
Yeah,
several years back.
Yeah.
And it's still holding up.
Yeah, it's holding up.
I
Yeah.
went to Fred Lake the other day.
Yeah.
Every spot but that section
It's bad.
is horrible.
Yeah.
Like I think
Yeah,
Well,
It is pretty old.
think we've been talking about it long enough that,
yeah.
that.
I've had a couple of homeowners up there complaining to me about it.
I saw it on Facebook and somebody was complaining that I know lives up there, but it was some comment like, oh, drive down, like the school bus stuck in the big mud somewheres, wherever.
yeah.
And that person up there is like, oh, it's not quite as bad as French Hill.
My dogs think I'm driving through
Pretty
a
rough.
war zone.
Like, I think
there.
that as a board, we should come up with some way to.
Yeah.
Get that.
Yeah, so yeah, we're doing that. And also, Black Bridge, V-Trans has recommended that. They did a study on it, so we're gonna be repaving Black Bridge stretch, which is a baby stretch in terms of paving, so.
Yeah, when French Hill, when I was a kid, you drive up there, it's all dirt and mud in the spring, but so wasn't Fisher Pond Road.
Mhm.
I was riding my bike over there, cause there was a sportsman's club over where the Hardak swimming pool is.
Mhm.
And they had a shooting range over there, so we go over there and dig up bullets. Ride your bike down Fisher Pond and drop into a mud hole and flying over the handlebars. It was bad. French Hill, you couldn't meet a car up there on French Hill. Basically, what happened over the years, we just paved over a logging road. And that's how it's like this, it's a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
The health path is, well, it's the report, the scoping study, whatever you'd like to call it, it has wrapped up. We have all our alternatives. I have spoken, to the city about potentially including Hardak on that path. They'll be included in discussions, so moving forward, it'll likely be a phased out project either way, not likely, it'll definitely be a phased out project. So that'll be the second phase at least, so that gives us, a while to work them in and make sure they're included. That just makes sense.
Where would the first phase be?
From
the
Collins
complex?
Purley.
Yeah.
Uh,
Or over toward Hardak?
yeah, yeah. And there's only one easement actually that we have left on that one, which would also give us more time to figure that one.
I know the final path isn't finalized, but is
Yeah.
it pretty much
Mhm.
finalized?
Yeah, it's like, I would say it's like the middle 10% is, so it's like we have the end, we have the beginning, or middle third, I guess, so.
And you're talking about from Hardak to the complex or from the complex all the way?
All the way to the
rail
Cisco
trail?
rail
Okay.
trail.
90% of that's.
I would say 90, yeah,
set.
in terms of easements and the path, yeah.
It's awesome.
There's a couple different easements we're almost entirely good on. It's just in terms of, there's a couple locations where it's like we can go this way or that way. There's definitely a preferred route.
So there's
But
been
that's
no
the easement part.
holdouts.
I'm sorry?
Is there still a few holdouts on the easement?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna-
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And the preference is also to do a pedestrian bridge over the Sash. So, it's the only alternative that doesn't stop traffic and is like a 100% safe alternative for anybody to cross, both for the school, the health path. As the population grows, more and more people are biking everywhere, so.
Well, what's gonna be the deal there? Are they talking about for crossing?
Pedestrian bridge.
Oh, a bridge.
Yeah. And I know that there's been talk of a tunnel before,
Yeah,
yeah. but I was talking to somebody today too from the city and they brought that up and I was like, well, that's ground zero for our stormwater issues. I don't see how that would go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be cheaper. I don't know, but it's not likely to happen. So if we can get the funding, which we're going after hard,
You wouldn't wanna be walking through that tunnel during a heavy rain.
no, you'd be swimming. So, Yeah.
I'd be running.
That'd be rough. Route 7 South, bids are due tomorrow, for the construction, so that should be constructed later this year. We actually had 5 companies come to the pre-bid meeting this time, yeah.
Awesome.
We only had one in the fall, and then in our opinion, they heavily, well, it was an expensive one, so. Looking forward to tomorrow to see all the bids, so that should be ready to go. Route 7 North, VHB has been picked. They won the RFP process. They're gonna be starting the process for the Route 7 North path, which right now is being built as a shared use path. We'll see how things go. on that front, but it's exciting. The eclipse. Oh, we're almost there. We're almost there. Yeah, yeah, so.
Calm out there tonight?
Hmm?
It's calm out there tonight? Tranquil.
Yeah, for the storm, yeah.
And the weather's.
I
supposed
took
to
the
be
bike
great,
out
too.
yesterday and it was snowing, then I got off the bike and it said sunny and 53, so. The forecast. For April, so anyway. 2 roads will be closed off for that, just to reiterate, I think Megan said last time, Sampson Road and Hathaway, which will be residents only. Bay Park will be closing off the town halls, parking lot to employees only. And next door is only open, former DPW site only open to the buses that are coming in. We have, I think, anywhere from 5 to 8 buses. coming in. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. This could be Y2K, this could be. Yeah.
Sat up all night waiting for that one.
Man,
Oh, yeah.
tomorrow.
Select board is included in parking here.
Okay,
Good, right?
good, yeah.
If that wasn't understood before. Village master plan, we're just about to pick. We're waiting on one more judge, but yeah, we're down to 2 firms for that process. So that should get kickstarted by the end of the month. New town hall, old town hall, excuse me. A firm has been picked out of the RFP process. I'm meeting with them tomorrow, and it's SR Smith. So
That's for the realtor you're talking
yes,
about, right?
for the commercial,
Awesome.
yep, yeah. So that'll be good. That'll be at least the 90-day window to purchase. We already have for sale signs ready to go, so I'm assuming if they're not up there by tomorrow, they'll be up there by the end of the week. So.
Awesome.
Indeed. So the former DPW site, so the alternatives have been submitted. The planning commission, I went there last week, obviously I was there. Of the 3 alternatives, the planning commission recommended option C, alternative C.
Off again.
Move a small boat ramp, boat launch, if it takes some congestion off the pathway. But also it allows essentially for smaller boats, kayaks, canoes, all that.
No motorized boat.
That's a good fit, depending on what it ends up looking like. Really, the grade of it was among the biggest issues. Because it's, if they have it, if they do a full boat launch, show it. Because of the grade, that's a really small area, or the launch itself would take up, almost a third of the property. And the whole lot would be, almost all of it would be impervious surface. So it would just, between the dredging, the grade, and all of the above, really, and it wouldn't actually provide that much.
How many spots would it be, Sean, assuming if we did a boat launch like that and each truck had a trailer on it? How many would actually fit there?
With that, it's 20.
20?
Yeah.
So how's that gonna help our overflow from here?
Yeah,
Not easily.
yeah.
I mean, we had a meeting here the other night and the place,
People parking on the road.
Yeah, and then either in terms of.
And it wasn't that big of a meeting.
no,
Was your meeting at night or day?
4 o'clock. So this one, it's a different size lot. This one's 36 acres. Not to mention, the roundabout and all that, but Like, we're
What's-
never gonna have Colin Curley style.
What's the
level.
building? Is that a building?
That's a salt shed.
Salt shed, yeah.
Mhm. But either way, the old DPW building comes down, even though it looks newer, it's actually older. So that one's likely to come down. Well, either way, any alternative, it comes down. I mean, the beams are bowed, it's kind of ready to go. But, in this particular one, it allows essentially for all year round community space. So, and in terms of the village master plan, the bookends will be the big part at town hall. And then the sidewalks will connect, so you'll have space to go and kind of meander throughout. Plus the salt shed could be used for really anything, you know, a little bit of remodeling in it. It's in pretty good shape despite how it kind of looks aged. Yeah, it really is. This is the least amount of impervious surface, still gives us more parking, lets us address stormwater. And, you know, can really be utilized on a lot of different fronts.
Why they got all those trees?
It's just, yeah.
It looks like over half the site
There's grass and
is
trees.
grass and
Mhm.
trees.
Yeah, and this one, yeah, well, yeah,
I think they all look like.
yeah, and plus this gives us space for potential DOD, you know, roundabout potentially, whatever the study.
John, if they did want to, if you they did, I'm just trying to work through the other one too. I'm assuming you wouldn't be able to put very big boats in, number one, and.
Yeah, it is smaller.
Is there any, I mean, I know it's not very deep there and there's
Yeah,
or
dredging.
something down. I
Yeah.
mean, what does that path look like if the town wanted to go that direction?
The boat launch?
Yeah, to get all that dredging and stuff, I'm sure there's a permit involved.
First of all, you saw the ramp going into the water. Apparently, as I understood the people that were talking, that ramp has to be built because of the water of the lake, at its lowest point in the summertime. In addition to that, when you cut the trucks and trailers coming back out, dumping their boats into the water,
Mhm.
there's gonna be a traffic jam once they, so to speak, get back on land, maneuver around to get to the parking lot. Apparently, the streets, there's a problem getting cars and boat trailers past each other.
Well, I was looking at it and I was trying to figure out if you brought your boat in and I know it's not this one, but you drove up and parked. To get your boat out, I mean, you'd have to back up and then
Right.
do like a 180, then
Be
do
very-
another 90. That would be difficult, I would assume.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously, I think the location of it plus halfway, I think a lot of people, not think, a lot of people have brought it up. But in terms of this actual site and how it fits that use, after really looking into it, the sentiment, it's that doesn't. There'd be a whole lot to go through with that. Plus, we discovered whatever that was in the beach down there.
What-
You didn't walk down, yeah. What is that? There's a little concrete.
Oh, yeah, so was a cylindrical concrete that went into the ground. Couldn't see any pipes coming in or out of it. Have no idea what it's for.
Yeah,
Does
which
anybody,
scares me.
Missile silo.
It's like,
pardon?
it's like, right,
Big excavator, you could figure it out.
kind of under some brush.
Hmm.
There's like a bunker down there.
It's made of concrete?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a circular, yeah. with
What's
a-
like the
metal-
diameter of it?
Oh, at least
3 feet.
3.5 feet.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Probably had something to do with them oil tanks, so.
What's
It's just
one
the
of the
location of it. Is all.
Wasn't it the building ice house?
I haven't been able to find
Mhm.
anything about it.
Was it poured in place or is it something that they dropped? I
I
wouldn't
don't
think they would
know.
drop it in back then.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I figured you would.
Probably not. I haven't
Maybe it's
seen-
a time capsule. Yeah.
I haven't seen
Do you remember doing that when you were in first grade?
kindergarten.
Institutional wisdom.
Yeah. Yeah, essentially where it shows the small boat launch right there, it's right where.
I think the other advantage of this area was where you see the green spots up where the housing is. Way to put in one of those plastic fields for ice hockey in the wintertime, where kids could come out and skate. So there are multiple wills, and there's also a children's playground that's I forget what
The
the.
natural
Yeah,
playground?
natural playground
Yeah.
that we could develop up there. So
Yeah.
it's more
Back
family.
in the
oriented.
day, we called those yards. But, yeah.
That was your backyard.
So you're saying out on the skating in the winter, people could use the shed thing to warm up or whatever, and
No,
then
no,
they'd
no,
go
up for
on the
just-
lake?
Just north of that.
Where the
if you will.
Dash Snow House is right now.
Oh,
Or,
okay. I
yeah,
see
or
what
the
you're-
inside of the salt shed. I don't know enough about ice rinks to know if
Yeah.
that's feasible or not, but it is.
What's wrong with the lake?
I think it actually said that. Yeah, it actually said it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's rats.
Well, Sean, so you said this is option C and we saw one other one, but what's
saw-
the third one we didn't look at?
It's got the map. That's the option without any buildings.
And so that little brown spot, that's all the parking you're gonna have?
That's no parking.
Well,
Brown
that's no
spot is like
parking.
a natural playground.
It's a sand trap.
No.
So it looks
It's
like
like, it's on one of that same natural playgrounds that like, just
So
it's essentially like a glorified, but it's, it's
That-
nice and put together, logs and.
that yellow path, is that coming over from here?
Yeah, yep, and that'll be upgraded also, no matter what happens over there.
To park in the sand pile.
Yeah. I don't know.
The park, the playground, the park.
Me too.
Playable?
It's the different playgrounds, so that's actually the point of the natural playground, is that it's not. This isn't the one that was recommended, so. FYI.
So, and Sean, on the, with the one where the structure is still up, like,
Yeah.
so. I guess I haven't been over to look at that building in forever, but what could that be used for? In this scenario?
Could be used for, we talked about it briefly when we were out there. There could be some forms of retail where people come in and set up tables and things like that to sell things. The other thing, my thing is at nighttime to have some sort of a bar and dance hall.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's totally enclosed, right?
Yes,
It heated? Could it be heated?
Could be,
could be.
we got
Okay.
a whole bunch of wood in there.
Yeah.
Sure. All right.
It's like, oh, the other day.
Okay, so it's pretty varied on what you
Yes,
could use that for.
It's imagination at that point.
Okay.
That's just,
Well, I mean, you could put anything there. You could put
Yeah.
a skyscraper there if you want to, like.
Well, without,
Look,
I mean,
Like, if you're gonna-
without
if
putting a
you're-
lot of money into it, you
You're
know?
gonna put a lot of money into it, the floor's coming out completely, right? When you get an engineer
Mhm.
to try to sign off on those trusses and all that concrete that's been living in that salt for years, they're gonna say, yeah, you're gonna wanna tear that down. That's gonna be the first place they start.
Really?
Of course they will.
The floor or the whole building?
The floor, the walls, is concrete walls.
I mean, they looked at
And
it.
sitting on salt.
That didn't come up in there. I mean, they didn't like dive into it.
I'm just saying, I
The other thing-
guarantee you.
The thing I was wondering about, when I look at that and all that green and all those trees. And you look over there and like, how's anything gonna grow?
I would say this is emphasis on conceptual.
I would say that.
So,
Cause
this
all,
is not-
cause all I see is dollar signs to
Yeah.
make that work. 'Cause like, that, you gotta
Yeah.
dig.
Well,
all
I don't
that
think
out.
this is the meeting where we're gonna.
No, no, I know,
have
we're
that.
just looking at it.
We're just
Yeah,
looking at
yeah.
it. Just-
But I just wonder about getting things to grow over there and making it look quaint is gonna, there's that's not fertile soil by any stretch of any imagination. I mean, it could
I
be.
mean, yeah, I was
Weeds
scared about
grow.
Amanda's tree over there in the windstorm, man.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Pleasantly surprised on that front. But
Could be wrong.
yeah, I mean, I would say too, just personally, you just kind of touched upon. it. So look over there and see just all pavement. I think is another, even just to the eye. If we're making movement in this, to make the bay what it used to be, to kind of look over there and just see a gray block. Would just kind of be that's only used part of the year. That's part of the conversation as well.
So will ice fishermen have access in the winter?
Gonna have a sign, there's no one section. But again, it's conceptual, the planning commission recommended this.
So this was a design, you had an engineer guy do this, right? Architect,
Yeah, they have environmental and state. Next up is a phase 2.
Well, before we get to that, I follow up on Jonathan's. I think we need to know that another engineer nail that one way or the other, if we have to take down that, salt shed. Because that's, at this point, it looks to me like it's very expensive to take down because it's all cement.
yeah.
But on the other hand, if it's not gonna be safe, for whatever reason, we have to take it down.
Yeah.
But we should make that determination now before we even go on to phase 2.
Well, I should think them guys that did the study would have,
Yeah, they didn't see any issue with the building.
But I'm saying getting a separate engineer to look at it.
Yeah, just in case. I like it, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's got character to it.
Be sad if it has to come down.
Just get a structural.
then you live there showing them.
Don't know. If there was, that would be an indication that there's structural flaws.
Yeah.
What about the wrap? What's the wrap? It's
Trusses, I imagine.
Trusses.
What?
Steel.
Well, it was probably.
What Gus says?
I don't know, I've never been in there.
Yeah, they're metal.
Huh?
It's not wood up there. it's metal.
Just thinking salt.
The trusses are metal?
No.
Yeah, there's not wood up there.
Well, open.
It's rusty, but it's not wood.
Really?
Yeah. I'm pretty
Really?
sure.
Okay, I thought-
Anyway, we'll have somebody that's qualified. More than me.
Well, so why would we waste money? Are we paying for this or is it like grant money?
We obviously going after grant money.
Well, as far as the engineer to say if the building's safe or not? Like, who's paying for that?
Oh, we want.
Yeah,
So why would we pay for some money for a building to see if it's safe or not? If we don't even know that we're gonna do anything?
What's the other option? What's the other option then?
Well, okay, well, I didn't really wanna dig into it too deep here, but the last meeting we had on this, I think we had a majority in the room or a general consensus that it was to be a boat launch or something in that sort of realm. Like a kayak launch to me doesn't do anything. You have a kayak launch already, and I think I stated that. You have one at the Bay Park. You can drive right next to the lake within 20, 30 yards and drop your kayaks off. For the town to invest money to put another kayak launch in, like the biggest thing on that lake right now is getting your boat in the water. Like if you want to bring people here, put people in the water. You know, I think this is a narrow-minded, I don't know what kind of study it is, but it didn't listen to the people that showed up to that meeting. And typically, when people come to the audience, we listen to them.
They did listen to them. That's why it's option, it's alternative. A.
We talked about
Yeah.
boats, like that doesn't house a boat of one. And maybe I'm just blinded to it because I used to have a boat and I go on the water, but.
I thought when we had that meeting, it was to take the pressure off the pathway.
Right.
That's what I thought was what
That's the way I heard it.
that's what I
Well,
thought.
These are just alternatives and planning commission recommended option or alternative C. I would say narrow-minded would be to zoom in on this only being a kayak. But again, we're not deciding, that things chose right here.
But
I
we
would say
decide,
take into the scope of
we
it.
decide anyway, right? We've got to go through,
It's our site, yeah.
no, but the select board.
Yeah, that's why I said they recommend it. It's not-
But back to my point is like, I wouldn't want to waste $5,000 on seeing if the building's safe or not, if we're just gonna level it. See what I say?
Yeah.
Like if we decide to keep the building, then we hire an engineer to see if it's safe or not. Like I guess, unless I'm just thinking about it wrong, but why would you? I don't know, like, and it seems odd to me that you're gonna have an salt shed building because it's not designed for that, like, you're gonna cut doors in, now you're gonna have to cut girders above the door, like. Unless you just got one door in, the big overhead door, right?
Which they probably won't allow.
Like, because then you cut into the structural system.
Get that egress and whatever.
So I don't know, it seems like a waste of money.
You have one question that has to go before that. And that is, we talked about the boat launch and the long ramp. You have to involve the Army Corps of Engineers and they're not allowing dredging. So I don't know how that changes your formula, but there again, I think you need the answer to that before you even get to the decision of the stone.
Well, that's fine, but that's not what I heard.
Well, it came up when we were out there walking in the building.
What's that? Did you get that from the Army Corps of Engineers or from VHB?
VHB.
Okay, so unless I see it from the Army Corps, because I heard a local guy was gonna dredge out in front of his marina. And he had no
I
problem.
mean, they
with it.
can't dredge without,
You need a permit.
yeah.
He needs a permit, yeah, that's
Yeah.
no problem, because Chuck said he was gonna dredge, but due to some reason he didn't do it, but he had the permit to dredge. So he told me. Like, I don't think it's impossible. I think we need to, and I think Senator Parent said it at the time, that we need to reach out to the Commissioner of Fish and Wildlife. And let them put the bill on some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
If they don't, is the question.
if they don't want.
If they don't put the bill, then what?
Well, I think they'll be more than happy to alleviate the congestion, and it'll also alleviate some of our problems that we have on Hathaway Point. Right, wrong, or indifferent, because this doesn't alleviate any of it. I didn't really wanna dive into this right now.
No, I think it brings up good points that we have to think about.
Because we,
And just be ready for the stormwater bill, I'll say that.
the what?
The
Well,
stormwater bill.
it's no different. Somebody went over and paved Cohen Park, and guess what? We don't have a stormwater pond there either. I'll say it out in the public because I didn't approve it. Somebody just went and paved it.
I wouldn't compare those two, but I understand what you're saying.
You, if you could see what it was
Yeah.
before, you would be shocked.
No, I know that, I'm
Because
saying.
I was shocked.
Those are apples to oranges, what I'm saying.
I bet
We all know what
There's
happened.
gotta be like, there's gotta be
Yeah.
close to an acre of pavement over there now.
Well, yeah, I mean, just be ready.
It
for
wasn't
that's all.
before, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying like.
Yeah.
And I think in partner with the state, because I don't know if it's the same commissioner as it was.
Yeah, do you know who it is?
I don't
Who it
know.
was?
Where's the rush? No, I don't think it was. The rush. Yeah, it's a long time ago. It was, I think it was the new guy. I can't remember his name, but.
Okay.
I think that's. Like, if the state's willing to. Dole out some money. Cause we don't get much from them as it is, like, I think we should.
No, I think that, I think you're right. It'll bring people go other places because they know they can't get the votes. That was, it's tricky. We live down here and we go other places. 'cause we can't.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it would help.
Good deal. That wraps up. my-
Kick that horse.
I think we just need to check and see what it would be to, if we did the boat launch, like dredging or how difficult that would be. It'd be nice to know.
Okay, anybody have any, Act 250? A couple things on that,
Just information.
just informational.
Yeah.
Anybody have any other business? Nope. Okay, schedule, the next select board meeting is Monday, April 15th and Monday, May 6th, starting at 6:30. The solar eclipse is next Monday, April 8th, and I think it's right around 3:26. Is that?
I think I
Oh,
saw
calendar?
something today. They changed it to today, was it?
I wish that.
Just a fool.
I know, I saw that today, like.
Today's not a good day to believe your
Ridiculous.
Facebook feed.
No, I know. Like
Somebody
every
put-
other day.
Did you see that one? I think it was on the St. Albans page. Somebody said the Ames was coming back to the.
Yeah.
That was, I like did a double take on that. That was funny.
That would be something.
That's funny. Okay. So the town offices are gonna close at noon that day and the
Yes.
town hall parking lot is open for employees, as Sean already stated. Okay, and we're gonna have an executive session. I'll read the verbiage. Would somebody like to make a motion to go into executive session to discuss what's this gonna be? Guess I'll read it all. Contractual, legal, or personnel matter where premature general public knowledge of the subject matter would place the town at a substantial disadvantage. It's further moved to entering into executive session under subsection A2 to discuss the negotiating or securing of real estate purchase options with the town manager and the director of operations, Al Vosha.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Have a good night.
A lot of good news, though. A lot of good updates.
Yeah.